first board exam technique, I mean, the second board exam technique that I have for you tonight is this. So, first is, of course, you reach out to people. You reach out to people. So, I mean, you're not the only one that's taking the board exam, okay? And certainly not the last. And the thing is, hindi rin, you know, hindi ko konti lang yung nakapasa. I'm sure you've had classmates that are already passers. You've had schoolmates, yung teachers nyo, they are already LPTs. And you reach out to them. You ask them kung anong ginawa nila. Okay, what it's like to be there. Okay, when you're actually taking the board exam. And lalo na if they are your family, they will give you advice kung paano ipasa. So that's it. You're not alone, okay? And don't own the heaviness of taking the board exam. Oh, so Sir Jobert got 89 in majorship, 91 in prof ed, and 89 in gen ed. That's amazing. Wow, good for you. Oh, sobrang gandang mapakinggan, right? So again, that's another tip, okay? Kapag hindi na kaya, you reach out to people kasi you're not alone. You're not the first, you're not the last. A lot of people has taken the board exam just like you will do. So ask them, okay? Ako, I reached out to a lot of people, to my friends, to my professors, sa sister ko that's also an LPT who helped me a lot. So that's why. Okay, anyway, stylistics and linguistics. Here we go. Magsisimula na ako, okay? So that, yeah, we can also eat early. Um, okay, please comment your answers. Prosodic features are features that appear when we put sounds together in connected speech. Which among the following is not part of the feature? Is it A, stress, B, intonation, C, accent, or D, facial expression? Comment your answers. What do you think? All right. So the answer is we will see. Also, you don't have to copy the other answers, okay? If you think kapag may nakita kang sagot mo, then it's fine. It's fine na magkamali. So it's much better na magkamali ka while you are still reviewing. Okay, so our answer is most of you got it naman. So not part, it's facial expressions. Again, not part ng prosodic features is the facial expressions. So there are three components of reading fluency, okay? First is the automaticity, next is your accuracy in reading, and then of course the appropriate use of prosody. So I'm not sure kung saan yung stress dyan. Is it prosody or prosody? But anyway, you will know na yung isang tao, they are fluent in reading or in what they're doing in these three things, okay? Automaticity or yan yung speed or yung rate. And then accuracy in reading, kung gaano katama yung pagbabasa nila. And of course, the use of prosody. So yung tatlo, right? Earlier, nawala na ulit yung PPT ko. I always lose it. So here, so yung prosody, yung stress, intonation, tsaka yung accent. So that's when you will know na magaling siya magbasa. So these are, or this is related to the way we use speech sounds in connected speech. So this includes the elements such as yung stress, so emphasis on certain syllables or words, of course the accent, the way words are pronounced, and of course the intonation, yun, the rise and fall of your speech, of course. So first dito sa reading fluency is automaticity or how fast you are reading. So for example, yung isang tao sobrang galing niya, yung pronunciation niya is so good, magaling yung emotion niya, yung prosody, but they read very slowly. The quick brown fox jumps. So you cannot say that that person is fluent kasi walang automaticity or yung speed niya is hindi gaanong, kagaling. Of course, yung accuracy, gaano katama yung pronunciation. So let's just say nandyan yung speed, nandyan yung emotion, but walang accuracy. So the quick grown folks. So hindi naman tama yung pronunciation, right? So still not fluent. And of course, the appropriate use of prosody. So there are people na yes, sobrang galing magbasa, sobrang galing ng pronunciation, but it's monotone. Walang emotion. The quick brown fox, it's so cold. 'Di ba? Hindi mo feel. So they are still not fluent kasi kulang ng isa. So dapat, if you're fluent in reading, the speed is just right, and then tama yung pronunciation, and of course, merong emotion. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So, ramdam na ramdam, right? Again, those are the three components of reading fluency: the speed, the correct pronunciation, the accuracy, and of course, the emotion, the appropriate use of prosody. And then yung prosodic features naman are three. So, those are the stress, accent, and the intonation. So, yung prosody kasi paano hindi, monotone lang yung the way you pronounce. Okay, to those who just entered, welcome and good evening. This is the first question of the night. Again, this will be recorded and I will mawawala siya sa Facebook ko. I will upload it on my YouTube channel, Still Exams Jenny. And that's absolutely free of charge. I have all this information kasi, tapos sayang naman. Okay, next, let's proceed. So let's have a quick review on what I just discussed. What does reading fluency encompass? Is it letter A, reading smoothly with expression and at a comfortable pace? Letter B, reading without any mistakes and quickly. Letter C, reading with a loud and clear voice. Or letter D, reading with the ability to summarize the text. So, alin ba dito yung masasabi nating fluent siya in reading? Based on our discussion. So, yan, application ka agad, right? Okay. Hello, Georgia. Thank you so much for saying that my explanation is clear. That's very sweet of you. Okay, so we will see. Okay, well, everyone is so smart. I love that. Thank you so much. Oh, there are people already here. Oh, no. So, yung next schedule ko, yung structure of English, that will be February 7. That's still on a Wednesday. Bucket Wednesday. Oh my gosh, I forgot to prepare water. Anyway, so Bucket Wednesday, yeah. Again, I'm really busy on the other days. It's a really, really crazy schedule, but I'm always happy to do this. You find time doing, kapag gusto mo talaga yung bagay, mahahanapan mo ng paraan, right? Okay, so anyway, correct answer is letter A. So that's it. Application ka agad, right? Reading smoothly with expression and at a comfortable pace. So tama yung pronunciation, tama yung prosody, or tama yung intonation mo. And of course, yung speed mo, it's also tama rin. It's not too fast and not too slow. Okay? So that's about reading fluency and the prosodic features. Next, this occurs when the speaker unconsciously applies some linguistic aspects of his native language to his target language. Is it intelligibility, comprehensibility, language interference, or monitor model? Let's see what your answer is. So, yung naglo-learn ng language, na-apply niya yung sa native language niya. Doon sa pag-learn niya sa kanyang target language. What is that? Yes po, uploaded ito sa aking YouTube. Don't worry. All right, we will see. Yes, okay. I will not wait on very long, okay? Para hindi kayo ma-bored. Okay. So, answer natin is, that's correct, language interference. So, for example, yes, yung YouTube ko po is Exams Jenny pa rin. At bakit ko naman kayo pahihirapan? And yes, this is free, okay? Free of charge, really. So anyway, language interference. So for example, I'm sure a lot of you are ESL teachers, di ba? So usually kapag graduate ka ng college and then your major in English, yun naman talaga yung, one of the jobs na i-consider natin, ESL teaching. I was also an ESL teacher before. So anyway, yung mga Japanese people, when they are learning English, you can see na yung accent nila, it's very Japanese. And of course, yung sa grammar. So yung Japanese, yung grammar nila, it's different, 'Di ba sa atin nauna yung, of course, yung subject, yung verb, tsaka yung object, 'di ba? Like, Jenny ate the cake. Of course, nahuli yung cake. But I heard that in the Japanese grammar daw, nauna yung object nila. So it's like Jenny, cake, eat. Ganon. And when they try to speak English, nadadala nila yon. So tawag natin dyan ay language interference, Yung native tongue nila is naa-apply nila in the current language that they are trying to learn. So that is language interference, okay? Yung other options, I will explain it later. I have that on the other items, okay? So here, language interference is also known as language transfer. So the influence of one's native language on the acquisition and use of the second or the target language. So yung target language, yan yung language na nilelearn natin or inaalam natin. Okay? So again, language interference kapag nag-influence yung native language mo sa language na you are trying to learn. Okay, next. I think in Bisaya, I think kaya nga lagi tayong gumagamit ng kuan, 'di ba? Is that I think that's also language interference. My heart is very kuan. Napaka-trending nun. So you use, okay? Or nag-i-interfere yung native language. Next, what is the linguistic readjustment that a language experiences at the phonological, morphological, syntactic, and lexical level due to the influence of local languages and various socio-cultural factors? Is it accommodation, pigeonization, nativization, or model? Do comment your answers again. Wag matakot kapag magkamali, it's okay. Like ako, yung way ko talaga of passing the board exam is that I just practiced answering every day. At yung mga review ko, hindi talaga siya lumabas. Okay, I studied for 2 long years and then at least may 10 doon sa 2 years na inaral ko. May 10 lumabas, okay naman sa akin. But the most important is practice. So yeah, yun, I practiced really hard and Um, in all those, talagang tina-target ko at least man lang sa 100%, 80% yung correct answer ko. But I never had that. I never got the 80%. It's always, hindi, minsan nga lang ako maabot ng 60 eh. So yung correct answers ko when I was still reviewing, just 40% or 50%. And I was really scared. I thought to myself, if I can't do it right while I'm reviewing, ano nang mangyayari sa akin sa board exam mismo. Ano na mangyayari, 'di ba? So, I learned na okay lang magkamali while you are still reviewing. It's fine, okay? And yung advantage pa nun is that if you will have mistakes while you're still reviewing, mas pag-aaralan mo siya. So, you will study, you will analyze bakit ka nagkamali, and you will learn more. So, if your answer is different than the other answers, it's okay. If you made a mistake, it's okay. But pag pagkamali ka, wag naman sana sa actual board exam. Ngayon, that you're still reviewing, okay? Anyway, sagot natin. This is always a tricky question. So pay attention. Hindi tao it's the language yung nakaka-experience ng linguistic readjustment. Yung language. Again, hindi yung tao, hindi yung speaker, it's the language. Okay? It experiences a linguistic readjustment. So, tawag natin dyan ay nativization. So, example ko dito sa inyo so that this is a very quick way to understand it. The word, let's say, sushi. 'Di ba? The word sushi, it's acceptable in the English language. If we hear the word sushi, we know what it is. I mean, we're not sure, but we know that it's a Japanese food, 'di ba? Sushi. So, It's a Japanese word, but it's accepted, it's understood in English. So they are trying to make it nativization. So they are trying to accept it, para bang borrowed word. So they are trying to accept it into the language. They're trying to nativize it, if there's a term. So that's nativization, okay? If there is a word na hindi naman siya talaga from there, and then they're trying to make it native in that language, nag-a-adjust yung language, that's nativization. Okay? So let's explain more. I have here actually very tricky talaga yung itong mga ganito. Ito. Oh my gosh, I had just the hard time when I was still reviewing. Okay, so a foreign language or a linguistic feature so becomes fully integrated and accepted as a native element in another language. So again, yung sample ko sa sushi, diba? When we hear sushi, we understand it. So it's accepted, it's integrated as a native element of that language. So that's nativization, okay? If you say accommodation, this is the process of adjusting one's language or communication style to be more similar of that of others. So accommodation, I think you just this is understandable, pretty self-explanatory. You try to accommodate into other people's languages. So here in Cebu, I am from Cebu, by the way. Um, so there is a north of Cebu, south of Cebu, and there's Cebu City. So in Cebu, I live now in Cebu City, originally from the north ako. That's also where Sir Melvin Boracho resides. So actually, we are neighbors ni Sir Melvin. Not neighbors na talagang close yung bahay namin, but neighboring towns. So I moved sa Cebu City. Here in Cebu City, the way people speak, they sound angry, 'di ba? Parang ano yung term, it's like, yeah, parang harsh. If we speak, we sound like we are always fighting. And if you go to the south, there are some parts sa south ng Cebu na they speak malumanay. Even if they are angry, it's like, "Hoy, galit na ako ha." Right? It's so soft. So, yeah, sometimes if you move to another place, of course, you try to adjust, 'di ba? So, you adjust your own para naman, yeah, maging accommodating. So, one time I went to my friend's house and she lives in Surigao. Shout out sa mga Surigao non people watching. We went to Surigao del Sur ata yun. And then I'm from Cebu originally. And people was so shocked. Like, tinatanong nila ako, "Galit ka ba?" I'm like, "No, this is how I speak. This is, yeah, the Cebuano people. We're not angry. We sound angry." So when I went there sa Surigao, I tried to, naging malumanay din. Hello po. Okay. So I tried to adjust. Okay. So that's, yeah, accommodation. Okay. Next. Hindi yung accommodation na hotel. Okay. But anyway, if you say pigeonization, this is another also very challenging. So the development of a simplified language known as pidgin. So this emerges when speakers of different languages interact and they need basic means of communication. Let me look for some sample words nga. So, for example, people. There are people na they're not ano yun, they're not native English speakers. Okay? So, of course, when they meet, let's just say a foreign person that's not a native English speaker comes to the Philippines. Tapos, of course, not everyone in the Philippines are good English speakers, di ba? Hindi naman lahat. So we try to meet halfway. So, okay. For example, yung word na belong. So, um, instead of trying to teach the person, siguro sobrang haba na turuan mo ng grammar, 'di ba? Na, oo, ito, yan yung tinatawag nating possessive. You can say my, your, her, his. I think that's very long. So, uh, to make that simple, you teach them the word belong. So, yung word na belong, it means ownership, right? Like this belongs to me. That belongs to you. Belongs to Jenny belongs to the person, belongs to them. So that's, yeah, an example of pigeonization. So you try to meet halfway. So speakers of different languages interact and they need a basic means of communication, diba? We try to simplify as much as possible. So right now I'm working as a video editor, and then my boss is from Iran, and his English, he doesn't speak like a very good English. I have to adjust to that. And so, nagiging bobo na rin ako when I try to speak kasi sinisimplify ko so that we will meet halfway. So, that's an example of pigeonization. Okay? All right. Ang yung model, hindi ko na-explain. So, there you go. Again, nativization, you try to, or the language adjusts. Okay? So, integrating something or accepting something as a native element of that language, that's nativization. Okay. If you say accommodation, you adjust your own language so that you'll be similar to others kung nasan ka man. And of course, pigeonization, simplified language so that, yeah, you meet halfway so that both speakers can understand each other. There. Okay, next, let's proceed. Which among the following is an example of a discoursal competent speaker or writer? Discoursal competent speaker or writer. Is it letter A, can structure words, phrase, sentences? Letter B, can construct grammar accurately? Letter C, can solve when problem arises? Or letter D, all of the above? Comment your answers. Okay, there was a long discussion, right? Kayo na naman yung papasalitain ko. I forgot to take my water with me. So, yan yung techniques talaga eh. Sabi nga nila, if kung talagang hindi mo na alam yung correct answer, maraming options. It could be kapag merong all of the above, yung all of the above. Kapag may mahaba na option, yung mahaba. I always use that in college. Yun yung sinagot ko kasi mahaba. Or the power of C, right? It's always letter C, yung tamang sagot. So we will see. Hindi naman, okay? Now, comment your answers. All right. Again, hindi ko na patatagalin. Nagmamadali ka, ma'am. Hindi naman. Yeah. So, sagot natin dyan, if you say the person is, yeah, a discoursal competent speaker, it means they can structure words, phrase, or sentences. Okay? So there are different forte, ika nga, as a speaker or as a writer. So we will differentiate them. Yes po, I will be uploading this again on my YouTube channel. Also, the name is Exams Jenny Paren. Nandun din yung literature ko na lecture, literary devices, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, tips on how to pass, mga previous lectures ko. I have a general science lecture there and the Filipino as well. Kung need nyo sa general education. All for free, okay? All right. Okay, wala na magtatanong. Okay, let's proceed. So, kapag merong discourse competence yung isang speaker, they organize and present the information coherently in a spoken or written communication. So may kakilala ka bang tao that they are very good in talking, Talagang naiintindihan mo. I don't know why. There are some people that are like that. Talagang, organized the way they present something, the way they write something. So they always start with the main topic and then the supporting topics and then the examples, right? Yeah, there are speakers na sobrang ganda lang talaga nila ma-organize ng ideas. So they have the discourse competence, okay? So they organize, or present information coherently. So kaya yan yung sagot natin. They can structure words, phrases, or sentences. Kasi there are people naman na kunyari may nagsi-speech diyan. Okay, meron kang guest speaker o baka naman politician, 'di ba? Na kung san-san lang mapunta yung speech nila, about their life lesson, and then suddenly in another naman, I had a lot of teachers when I was still studying na, yeah, kahit saan-saan mapunta yung discussion. Yeah, this was also who I was. When I first started lecturing, some people liked me and some people did not because they thought that I was very talkative. In which I was, totoo naman, 'no, kung saan lang pupunta yung topic ko, lalayo. I think you have that in Prof Ed, 'di ba, yung I think was that flip-flop? Yung, you know, so if that's the kind of person, they don't have the discourse competence. So there are people that are very good in organizing thoughts. They have the discourse competence. Okay. Kung wala tayo niyan, okay, punta tayo sa next. Baka doon na tayo competent. There's also what we call the linguistic competence. So these people, they have knowledge and understanding of grammar, vocabulary, and syntax of the language. So dito naman, they are more technical. Aha. So magagaling sila sa grammar, they use compound, complex sentences, 'di ba? Yung mga vocabularies na ginagamit is sobrang lalim, So there are friends or there are people that we know that are that way, Some people talaga nagsi-speech sila and you just don't understand. I was like, yeah, especially during I think when ba yung last election and there are presidential debates, right? And we watch that. At yung mga ginagamit nila na words is sobrang lalim, we try to corroborate the conundrum. Oh my gosh. So that's an example of linguistic competence. Okay. So they have, yeah, deeper knowledge in grammar and vocabulary. Okay, next is social linguistic competence. So ito naman, knowledge of social and cultural norms that influence language use. So I think these are the people na, yeah, they're good with people. Okay. These are people na alam nila na boring na yung sinasabi nila and they try to make it funny. They know their audience. Okay, so are my audience, ano ba, mga PhD ba ito? So you need to have a very comprehensive speech or, yeah, a written document. So social linguistic competence. So some people, they have the discourse competence and the linguistic competence, but they don't have this. So siguro, yeah, they cannot adjust very well to the audience. So kapag social and cultural norms, you have the social linguistic competence. So I think this is very important, lalo na if you're speaking based sa gender or sa religion, di ba? Sobrang galing mo sa discourse at saka sa linguistic. Tapos offensive ka naman. Kasi, you don't have the social linguistic competence. So, wala pa rin. Lalo na ngayon, di ba, sa gender, meron ng mga gender pronouns. So you don't use him or her, you use them. If you're, yeah, we have to be aware of that, diba? And people are very quick to react, lalo na sa social media. It's very easy to be criticized. Oh my gosh. So that's why, okay? Now, if you can structure words, you have the discourse competence. Again, very good in organizing the thoughts, discourse competence. Kapag magaling ka naman sa grammar, you use very deep vocabularies, you have the linguistic competence. And of course, if you are, more empathetic, so you have knowledge of social and cultural norms, yung hindi ka offensive, you have the social linguistic competence. Wow. Si Ma'am Johanna, talagang caps lock yung tanong niya. I-upload na 'to, yes po, this will be uploaded. Okay, nasagot naman. Okay, let's proceed. Yes, uploaded po ito, don't worry. Sa YouTube ko po, Exams Jenny pa rin. This is, yeah. Anyway, so I don't really read much of the comments. Kasi kapag babasahin ko yung comments niyo, as I've mentioned, I am very talkative. Malalayo yung discussion natin. Anyway, which among the following words has a voiceless stop? Which among the following words has a voiceless stop? Is it thud, star, peck, or brag? How many slides do I have? Did I prepare before tonight? Baka kasi, I take so much of your time. It's actually peck. So here, there are two stops, voiced It's the b. Yung unvoiced naman, it's the pa. Okay? B, pa. And then voiced is the g, such as go. And the unvoiced naman, or the voiceless, is the ka. So voiced is g, unvoiced is the ka. And of course, da and ta. Okay? So the options yung pek. So nabibilong siya sa voiceless or unvoiced. Okay. Ba, ha. Yung voiced, it's ba. Yung voiceless is the pa sound. Okay? So let's proceed. Okay, there's not much. Okay, let's have this one. But I think you all know this. What system studies language that is not directly spoken? What system studies language that is not directly spoken? Is it syntactic, semantic, pragmatic, or graphophonic? I check here on my phone too if my live is still going on kasi yung internet connection ko, I'm always scared. Last time, nag-freeze. Okay. So, hello, hello. Comment your answers. Okay. So, maybe we are not so, right? Not directly spoken. It's actually the context. It's actually the context. So, for example, um, how do you understand the word kumusta, right? Nangumusta, ma'am. Nangungumusta siya. You're asking, how are you? But it depends. How about if it's coming from a friend na malakas mangutang? How do you understand the word kumusta from a friend na malakas mangutang? So if they message, "Hi, kumusta?" You'll be like, "Naku, mangungutang na naman." And hindi yan nangungumusta, 'di ba? How you understand it, hindi siya nangungumusta. It's nangungutang siya. So, not directly spoken, tawag natin diyan. Yeah, yung answer natin is actually letter C. Okay, pragmatics. So, how we interpret and make meaning of the communication. So, the language in use. Pragmatic, it's more, yeah, contextualized, diba? Okay, contextual meaning. Okay, wow, sobrang talino nyo naman. Oh my gosh, that's so good. I'm so happy. So, there, not directly spoken, but yeah, kung how it is. But you know it yourself. You know, if you're may ka-talking stage ka, tapos nag-I love you, does that mean I love you? Does that really mean I love you? Or they have another agenda for saying that? May iba silang gusto for saying that. Baka gusto mo ipagluto. Baka gusto nila ipagluto mo sila. So, yeah. Mostly people trying to take advantage, we tend to sugarcoat. 'Di ba? So, kapag pagod ka na mag-explain, how are you? You just say, I'm fine. But that I'm fine. It could be I'm very tired. Make me happy. That's pragmatics, okay? The study of language that is not spoken. So it's, yeah, contextualized. How we interpret and make meaning. Okay. Next is, okay, meron pang iba. You have the syntactic. So kapag syntactic syntax, it's always the structure relating to the grammatical arrangement of words in a sentence. I just want to ask if you can hear. Oh my gosh, they let the dogs out. I am sorry guys ha. Kung maingay. So again, pragmatics, how it's used, okay, contextualized, syntactic naman, it's grammar. Of course, you have semantic, the study of meaning, the study of meaning. So for example, okay, maghanap ako there are actually a lot of examples. I always look for examples na madali maintindihan. Katulad ng sushi or yung word na belong. Okay. So for semantics, if I will say, this is my last stop, this is my final destination. So yung last stop, tsaka yung final destination, they're the same, di ba? But they have slight difference. or depende, baka idiomatic yung ibig sabihin mo. Diyan papasok yung semantics, okay? The study of meaning in language. So again, if I say, this is my last stop, this is my final destination. So if we understand it, okay. Pwede mas slow down? Yes po, I will. So, if we understand it, yung last stop at final destination, they could be the same, but they could have slight differences. So, dyan papasok yung semantics. Okay? And of course naman yung graphophonics. So, yung graphophonics, okay. So, it involves the letter sound or sound symbol. So, relationships of sound symbol relationships of language. So, dito, kapag itatanong yung graphophonics sa board exam, it will look like this. Yung bata, nagkamali siya ng pagbasa sa salitang feather, naging father. So that is, yeah, graphophonic. Diyan papasok, okay? Letter sound and the sound symbol. So this is an easy way to understand it. Okay, so tawag natin dito are the three queuing system. So semantic is with meaning. So it answers the question, okay, does the statement or does your word make sense? Syntactic naman is with the structure. Does it sound right? Lalo na sa paggamit mo ng grammar. And of course, a graphophonic naman, it's visual. Does it look right? Okay? So semantic, syntactic, graphophonic. Yung pragmatics, yung correct answer, it's the language in use itself. Okay? All right. Next. Where is my PPT? I always lost it because I am using Canva. So sometimes I click it very far away. And here. All right, let's try this one. Wait. Bakit ba merong black? Okay. So the instructor employed a strategy for learning English that involves having face-to-face interactions with native English speakers. What approach is this? Is it direct method, immersion, grammar translation method, or audiolingual? All right. So, what is it? Face-to-face interactions. So actually, this is also, yeah, this question is tricky. It's quite confusing, but actually, it's immersion. It's immersion. So, you are trying to immerse the learners with a target language. So, for example, if you're trying to learn English, you surround yourself with the English people or the American people who speak English. So native English speakers, that's immersion, you immerse, okay? Face to face interaction. One tip in answering the board exam is again, yung questionnaire nyo, you can write anything you want there, okay? You can write anything you want. So, um, very important. I think you also use that in eh, kapag nag-review center kayo, 'di ba? You underline yung mga yeah, keywords there and then from the keywords dun ka huhugot ng correct answer. So, yeah, face-to-face interaction, immersion 'yan, okay? So, surrounding yourself with the language you are learning. And it is also the most natural way to learn a language, the most natural way. So, I remembered, someone I know when I was before, and then pumunta siya ng Manila for like 2 weeks. Pagbalik niya sa Cebu, nagtagalog na siya. That's hindi na niya maintindihan yung Bisaya. Kalongkot naman. So, nag-immersion siya do'n. Okay, the most natural way to learn a language. I think it's pretty normal naman talaga if you live in a place and then tendency let's say if you live there for 10 years, you will actually adapt their language, 'di ba? So, yeah, it's the most natural way. Immersion. Face-to-face interaction. Next, medyo tricky. If you say direct method, it's just directly teaching it. Emphasizes the value of oral training in learning a foreign language. So from the teacher to the student. So oral training. Actually, medyo tricky itong direct method with the audiolingual. So with direct method, Usually, you learn words, diba? It's what we do in when we were in elementary. Oh, yung bahay. Ano yung English ng bahay? House. Oh, let's go sa part of the house. Anong English ng kusina? Kitchen. Oh, that's direct method. Yung direct method kasi, um, it's more applicable if you're teaching mathematics. Kasi, yung formula, you have to teach it directly. Hindi naman ipa-role play mo yung formula ng math, 'di ba? It's the direct method. If you get the gist of what the direct method is. Next one we have, okay, grammar translation approach. This is the classical method, focuses on the translation of text. So, usually dito hindi talaga they did not hindi ginagamitan ng hindi na-replace ng bagong word. Just, yeah, direct translation. So, grammar and rote learning of vocabulary. Okay, so kapag yung question doon, like, what kind of approach yung focus sa pagtuturo ng grammar? Okay, so yung very vocal, very overt teaching of grammar, it's the grammar translation approach. Okay, the classical method. And of course, yung keyword naman, kapag itatanong yung audiolingual, this is the ARMY method. Okay, again, classical method, that's the grammar translation. Yung ARMY method naman, it's audiolingual. So grammatical and phonological structure, especially for speaking and listening. So as I said, medyo confusing yung direct method at yung audiolingual. Yung audiolingual, okay, sa activities ni teacher, gumagamit pa rin naman siya ng, let's say, repetition, pero yung audiolingual, it's more focused sa pagtuturo ng grammar, okay? So for example, subject-verb agreement. Okay, so Jenny is, Jenny was. So hindi pwedeng Jenny are. So that's it. Direct method, okay, focus sa vocabulary. Kapag audiolingual naman, focus sa, okay, focus sa grammar. Next. Sabi ni ma'am, repeat after me. Oh my gosh, let me scan the other comments. I will. Let me proceed to the next question first. Yung promise ko is 1 hour lang, but oh my gosh, it's 6:45. All right. So, when the speaker uses language forms and structures from their first language in the new language they are learning, this is called what? Is it L1 interference, L2 interference, error analysis, or code switching? So when the speaker uses language forms and structure from their first language. So ito yung language, ano ba yun? Language interference na na-discuss natin kanina, but dito walang language interference. Thank you, Ma'am Jenny. Nakapasa na po ka last September dahil sa tulong nyo. Oh my gosh, that's very sweet. You're welcome. But all thanks to yourself. Yeah. Yeah, again, your lecturers are big help, but in the end, it's all on you. Your success is your own. So these people watching right now, are you all excited? Naka-file na kayo? I think yung pinakamahirap na part sa filing, it's always the online application, 'di ba? Maghanap ka ng slots. And then, after that, yung school nyo is minsan hindi pa i-release yung requirements. So you have to do something about that. Since January pa, you still have time. Huwag hintayin na, magkumidlat bago tayo, before we move. Anyway, okay, so sagot natin dyan is L1 interference. So same pa rin sa language interference. So maybe you're not familiar. Ano ba yung L1? L1 is your first language or yung native language mo, okay? L2 naman is yung second language mo or yung target language mo. In addition to your native language, ano yung second language mo? That's L2. So let's analyze the question. Ano ulit yun? When the speaker uses language forms and structure from their first language. So, na-mention ko yung about the Japanese people, right? Nauna yung object nila kaysa sa verb. So, they apply that to the new language they are learning. So, minsan, that's why sobrang hirap for these people to speak English. Of course, kaya pala sa ating mga Filipino, it's easy kasi yung grammatical structure natin is the same sa English, 'di ba? Now na yung subject, now na yung, then yung verb, then yung object. For them, it's different. So they always go through L1 interference, okay? Again, kapag nakita nyo dun yung L1 sa question, ibig sabihin yan, first language, okay? Kapag merong L2 doon, yan naman yung second language. There, if you say error analysis, I think this is self-explanatory. The process of identifying and studying the mistakes or errors made by language learners when using a second language. So, studying the mistakes, error analysis. And of course, if you say code switching, refers to the practice of switching between two or more languages or language varieties within a conversation. So for now, what I'm doing, I'm code switching, 'di ba? So minsan nagtatagalog ako and then shift to English. That is code switching. Code switching is very common lalo na in Filipino movies. So pag nag-aaway sila, English, Tagalog, 'di ba? Hindi mo maintindihan. I deserve an explanation. That's code switching. Next, what is wrong with these people's dogs? Anyway, I will mute myself so that you can read the question in peace. Okay, dito naman tayo sa mga hypothesis. So, according to this hypothesis, motivation, self-confidence, and anxiety all have an impact on how well a person learns a language. To what theory is this a reference to? Is it monitor hypothesis, affective filter hypothesis, natural order hypothesis, or input hypothesis? Okay, imamute ko na sana yung sarili ko kaya lang na-quiet na rin yung dogs nila ulit. I'm not sure if you're familiar with yung disease na SLE or lupus. So, yeah, last 2022 I was diagnosed with that. And I am currently under medication. So, grabe yung fatigue and then minsan yung lagnat ko it's so high and hindi siya mawawala-wala. It's like every day I'm bringing a fever with me. Okay. Anyway, sagot natin is all right, wow, everyone's so smart. It's correct. It's the affective filter. So ito yung sinasabi ko about the keywords, right? Nakukuha natin sa motivation, self-confidence, and anxiety. So that's the affective filter. So dito papasok si Stephen Krashen. So, language acquisition is affected by emotional factors such as motivation, self-confidence, anxiety, and stress. So, yung palagi kong ini-example dito, did you know that when I was in high school, I was trying to learn Japanese. So, when I was in high school, I can write katakana and hiragana, except kanji because it's difficult. Bakit ko nagawa yun? It's because meron akong idol from like a Japanese pop group na sobrang idol ko siya, number one in the world. And since high school, I've always dreamt. I mean, since elementary, I've always dreamt na pupunta talaga ako sa Japan and I will meet this person. So, dahil na-motivate ako doon, I was so, excited. So, yeah, in high school, I didn't listen much to my teachers. I had my own lesson, Japanese lesson. So now I can no longer do it. Oh my gosh, I forgot. And if you've noticed, yung mga friends mo who are big fans of K-drama and K-pop, they can speak Korean almost, 'di ba? I have a friend, he can write in Korean, which is super cool. And then when they introduce themselves, like, hello everyone, I am Jenny Imnida. Oh, really? So, yeah. Then papasok dyan yung affective filter hypothesis. So it's because kasi gusto natin we are excited. So we are motivated to learn the language. Okay. Oh, ma'am, sample. No, 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 no. Yeah, I can sing Japanese until now. Oh my gosh, I was absolutely very crazy, but I love that, I love crazy. So, affective filter. Next, if you say monitor hypothesis, ito naman yung role of conscious learning and self-correction in language acquisition. So, for example, if you're learning a language and then You already have background information of that language. It's much easier for you to learn that language, diba? So for example, if you watch a lot of anime and then you've been studying, you've been learning the Japanese word or the expressions, if you are actually gonna learn Japanese, mas madali na lang sa'yo. It's because, yeah, you already know something. So conscious learning and self-correction. That's the monitor hypothesis. So the ones or yung already alam mo na. Bakit ang hirap ng aking Tagalog? I am so sorry, guys. Forgive me. So, the things that you already know, that will serve as the monitor, okay? Sa mga bagong matututunan mo. So, it's either you will self-correct na, mali pala yung alam ko dati. Now I know the new information. Or, oh, this new information is incorrect kasi base sa alam ko dati. So, that's monitor hypothesis, okay? Next naman is the natural order, if I'm correct. Okay. Natural order hypothesis. So, bakit naman merong black? Okay. This suggests that language learners acquire grammatical structures in a predictable sequence. So, kapag natural order, this is very easy to understand. Of course, when yung baby pa tayo, kayo, hindi ba kayo baby ngayon? Walang nagbe-baby sa inyo. Ay, so sad. Anyway, so when we were kids, I mean yung mga hindi naman nakaka-speak yung infant, but let's just say yung mga pamangkin ko, I forgot, like months old yung kids, they speak one word, two words, 'di ba? Mama, papa, and then when they grow, talagang they are learning the concrete things around them. Water, hungry. Aha. And then kapag lumaki-laki na sila, they can form sentences, 'di ba? Like, Mama, I am hungry. Mama, I want to drink. Okay, Papa, give me water. Hanggang sa lumaki-laki na sila, sumasagot na. So, mas humahaba na yung sentences nila. And then finally, as a grown adult, you can read, you can write, you can explain, you can make a speech. So that's an example of the natural order hypothesis. Okay? Language learners acquire grammatical structure in a predictable sequence. So alangan naman, katulad kayo ni, I forgot about Jose Rizal. How old was he when he was writing his first poem? So ibang level naman yun si Jose Rizal, kaya nga siya national hero, di ba? Alangan naman when you were still yung yung bagong ano ba yung newborn? Yeah, bagong okay, anyway, newborn na lang. So when bagong silang. Okay, bagong silang. Yung nasa isip ko is bagong bilang, but I know that was wrong. Alangan naman kung bagong silang ka pa, magsasalita ka na kaagad, right? So natural order, it's in a predictable sequence. One word, two words, and then suddenly, yeah, a short sentence, a longer sentence. Okay, thank you so much sa pag-correct. Really, bagong bilang talaga yung nasa isip ko. Bagong silang pala yung newborn. Anyway, finally, the input hypothesis. So if you say input hypothesis, language learners acquire language best when they receive input that is slightly above their current level of understanding. So input hypothesis, it's self-explanatory, diba? Of course, when you are teaching, you will not keep teaching kung ano ang alam na ng bata. Alangan naman, of course, when grade 1, you're teaching about parts of the house. Grade 2, parts of the house pa rin na ba yung tuturo mo? Grade 3, parts of the house pa rin. So, input hypothesis is you are teaching at a much higher level than the kid para maging parang spiral ba? Okay, increase, 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 increase yung natututunan niya. Okay? So that's input hypothesis. Slightly above the current level of understanding. So kapag tapos na kayo sa parts of the house, o yung things naman, yung utensils, ano yung mga gamit sa kusina. And then kapag tapos na, okay, you go to a much higher level. Okay? So again, that was a lot of talking that I just did. Um, Affective filter hypothesis, it's the motivation, okay, self-confidence or anxiety when you're learning a language. If we say monitor hypothesis, it's what you already know that serves as the monitor for the new knowledge coming. If you say natural order hypothesis, it's when language learning occurs at a predictable manner. So of course, alam natin na when they're kids, konti pa yung masasalita nila. It's because they know few words, okay? And if you say input hypothesis, it's yung what's the teacher teaching should be a much higher level than what the children already know. Okay, so of course, kapag alam na ng bata nung subject-verb agreement, yan pa rin ba yung ituturo mo? So of course not. He will proceed naman sa much higher. So STVDO, mm, STVIO, mga ganon-ganon, di ba? So there. Now let's do an application. Kasi sabi nga nila, the best way to learn something is through experience or by doing it. So anyway, answer this question. According to Krashen's monitor model, which hypothesis suggests that language learners have an internal editor that they can use to check and correct their language output? But it operates best when learners focus on meaning rather than on grammatical accuracy. Is it monitor, affective, natural order, or input? Please comment your answers. Let me breathe for a while and check if my live is still working. Hello. Yeah, some are asking if how much yung review. Again, yung may bayad sa akin is final coaching. Pero wala pa. Wait muna ha. I think by the end of this, yeah, by next week, I will open the registration. It's less than 100 pesos. Really, guys. So yan yung may fee sa akin. But the others, this is for free. And again, recorded on YouTube. You can always check. And I have other lectures too there. Okay, so I will not hold you on for very long. Correct answer is letter A. That's monitor bucket, internal editor. Okay, used to check and correct their language output. So what they know, that's the serves as the monitor. Okay, nakuha naman. Next. According to Krashen's monitor model, language learners benefit most from comprehensible input, which means they learn best when they receive language input that is slightly above their current level of understanding. Is it input, monitor, affective, or natural order? Please comment your answers in 5, 4. Oh my gosh, it's 7 p.m. Yeah, I'm actually a bit okay. Oh, nasa half pa lang tayo. Okay, let's make this fast. It's kasi sobrang talkative ko eh. So that is input hypothesis. Comprehensible input, it means naiintindihan naman. Hindi masyadong mahirap, hindi rin very easy. It's just comprehensible, okay? So that's input hypothesis. Next, dito naman tayo sa stylistics. So there are various known stylisticians. Which one majors on how the linguistic elements work to create meaningful art? Is it literary stylistics, corpus stylistics, evaluative stylistics, or interpretive stylistics? Please, in 5 seconds, guys, comment your answers. It's already an hour past, I think. If I'm right, let me check. Yeah, 1 hour na nga. Siguro nasobrahan. Oh, yes, I will. Okay, let me see. So some are actually answering the correct answer. It's interpretive stylistics. Yung keyword natin is um create meaningful art. Okay? So when you read something, nakabase yun sa understanding mo, okay? It could be beautiful, it could be not. So interpretive stylistics, subjective interpretation and personal response to a text, okay? Create meaningful art. If you say literary stylistics, you focus on the linguistic features naman. So mga devices used by authors to create specific effects. So yung literary stylistics, it's more technical. Ano mga figure of speech na ginagamit? You know, gumagamit ba ng ganito, ng ganyan? So that's literary stylistics. It's more technical. If you say corpus stylistics, use a large collection of texts to study language patterns, variations, and usage in different genres or contexts. So, kapag analyze naman yung isang work through corpus stylistics, okay, they will use or the stylisticians will use other kinds, yung iba't ibang text iba't ibang works naman, and compare it to the one that they are analyzing. So corpora, that's corpus stylistics, okay? And of course, the last one, the evaluative, how language choices conveys attitudes, emotions, or evaluations. So, yung evaluative naman, it's how meaningful or gaano ka impactful yung yung work. Okay, nagagalit ba yung mga tao dito? Nai-in-love ba yung mga tao dito? Kinikilig ba yung mga tao? It falls under evaluative stylistics, okay? So again, interpretive, you make your own meaning, okay? Next is literary stylistics. It's more technical sa mga literary devices na ginagamit ng author and stuff like that. If you say corpus stylistics, corpora. So you use other texts or other works to, analyze that one. And evaluative is, okay, the work itself, how the language choices can convey attitudes and emotions. Now, let's do application real quick. So, in which stylistic approach the analysis delves into the use of rhetorical devices, linguistic ambiguities, and intertextuality in literary texts to uncover deeper layers of its meaning? So the use of rhetorical devices, linguistic ambiguities. So what is this? Okay. So ito yung more technical, 'di ba? Gumagamit ng devices, linguistic ambiguities. So para mas ma-figure out yung meaning. Mhm. Sometimes talaga, I remember one, I don't want to mention, but I know someone who criticized us, my classmates and I. 'Di ba magagaling, di kayo nakikinig kasi magagaling na kayo, mga stylisticians na kayo. Ay, ay naku, iba. So, literary stylistics, you use or technical yung pag-aaral nila sa isang text, okay? Next, I don't want to click, baka mapunta tayo sa right answer. Which stylistic approach utilizes advanced computational tools and extensive texts to identify intricate language patterns and variations across diverse genres and contexts? Ito naman gumagamit ng maraming ibang works. Is it literary, corpus, evaluative, or interpretive? Ang bilis-bilis niyo naman sumagot. I am so happy for you. But anyway, tama yan. Okay, letter B nga yung tamang sagot. It's corpus stylistics. So, across diverse genres and contexts. So, corpora. Okay? All right, let's proceed. Okay, dito naman tayo. Which linguistic field examines how language is used in different social contexts and how it can vary based on factors like age, region, and social class? Is it psycholinguistic, social linguistic, neurolinguistic, or historical linguistic? Comment your answers. Ganito talaga, right? This is where the tip comes in, yung the answer is in the question. So age, region, and social class. Of course, it's social-linguistic. If you say psycholinguistic, these are the psychological processes involved in language acquisition, comprehension, and production. So, and the representation of the human mind. So, yeah, yung sa psycholinguistic, it involves a lot of things. Language development, language disorders, mga psychological patterns or mechanisms in language use. And then, proceed tayo sa next one. Yung correct answer natin, the social linguistics. So, relationship between language and society. So, yun yung sa question. It depends sa culture or sa group na yan or sa community na yan. Okay. So, depende sa kanilang age or religion. Okay, the language that they are using. So, social linguistic, it's pretty distinct than the others. Next, if you say neurolinguistic, so how language is represented and processed in the brain. So, Ganito na lang 'yon. Kasi yung psycholinguistic tsaka neurolinguistic, it's a bit, complicated. I mean, hindi naman complicated, but it's confusing. So think of it this way, yung neurolinguistic, it's more focused on the physical aspects ng brain. Kung talagang paano papasok yung information, okay, how language is processed. So again, neurolinguistic, it focuses on the physical aspects of the brain, okay? So, ano yung mga brain's activity while you are speaking a language? Mga ganon. So, kapag psycholinguistic naman, it's about, yeah, yung mga patterns, mga disorders, and stuff like that. Okay, so yung mga linguistic theories and how to understand people, so napasok yun sa psycholinguistic. So that's how you differentiate na lang ah. Kapag neurolinguistic, that's the physical aspect ng brain there. And of course, another one, and this is pretty distinct, the historical linguistic. So how languages change over time and how they are related to each other through their evolution from common ancestral languages. So I have here an example para mas maintindihan natin yung historical linguistics. So ito, yung sa modern start from the 1989, the Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. Yung sa King James, that's 1611, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And then some Middle English, our Lord, okay, I don't know how to read that anymore. And then sa Old English, lalo nang hindi ko na siya alam kung paano basahin. So anyway, we can see the difference, right? So ngayon, sa modern times, this is much more simplified. He lets me lie down in green pastures. So sa King James naman, He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. And then some Middle English at Old English, I could not understand it anymore. But anyway, this is an example of historical linguistics. Okay? So how language change over time. Okay. Yes, you're welcome very much. Let's proceed. Malapit na matapos. Oh my gosh. Now, let's try okay, application. The subfield of linguistics that examines language variations across different social groups, taking into account factors like social class, ethnicity, and gender, is known as psycho, social, neuro, or historical. Answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Talagang suki yung social linguistics, right? Ito din naman kasi yung pinaka-common eh. Okay, that's social linguistics. Ethnicity, gender, social class. Of course, it's social linguistics. Next. So, how about the subfield of linguistics that focuses on the cognitive processes involved in language learning, understanding, and production? What is it called? Okay. So, is it psycho, social, neuro, or historical? So, involved in language learning, meron ng understanding and production. Are we referring dito sa mga patterns or just the physical aspect? Cognitive processes. Language learning, understanding, and production. So this is, okay, psycholinguistics. So again, nag-underlie kapag, yeah, focus kapag sa physical aspect, like anong actual nangyayari, that's neurolinguistics, okay? Psycholinguistics or processes, there are many things involved. Dito kasi, mas tricky siya, lalo na sa language learning, understanding, and production. So, it could be na, we all speak differently. So, it depends on mental processes natin. Or maybe we have gone through traumas before. Okay. Or maybe we have language disorders, or maybe our language development is different. Kaya iba-iba tayo ng production. I have a cousin who yung language niya is delayed sa actual age niya. So para siyang bata magsalita. Okay, that's psycholinguistics, okay? No worries kasi yung neurolinguistics, it it's not often asked, okay? So next. Oh my gosh. Oh my, I'm on the slide 76. Okay. So ito, lumabas ito, board exam question. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Okay. So you've read that one. All right, you're familiar. Let's proceed to the question. This is very easy. So, referring to the selection, which among the pair of words rhyme? Is it stream, dream, row, boat, gently, stream, or merrily, merrily? Comment your answers. Very well. So yung rhyme, it's stream, dream. It's stream, dream, of course, right? Yeah. Gently down the stream, life is but a dream. So ano yung rhyme? Yeah, same sound. Anyway, you all know what a rhyme is. Next, referring to the selection, which among the pair of words have diphthongs? Is it stream, dream, rowboat, gently stream, or merrily, gently? Okay, diphthongs yung hinahanap. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's correct. Yung diphthongs is yung OO, right? So it's the rowboat. If we say diphthongs, guys, these are combination sounds made by blending two vowels together. And then they, yeah, in a single syllable. So for example, yung O tsaka yung I, it's OI sa coin. Yung O, yeah, O and W, O. Yung A tsaka Y or A tsaka I, that's I, time. Okay, so dun sa options, where is it? Okay. So we are only with the row. O, row and the boat. Okay? So yan yung merong diphthongs. Na-shock talaga yung examinees when this came out, the board exam. And of course, this is a tricky one kasi yung answer ko dito, it's based on my own. So I've known others na meron silang ibang sagot. But this one, I have a different answer to. But anyway, which aspect is the selection metaphorical to? Is it life, fun, adventure, or difficulties? Comment your answers. So after this one, mawawala yung live ko, okay? Um, yeah, I will remove it. I will transfer it to my YouTube. Kasi, I don't know, hindi naman sa medyo may OCD ako. So yung sa Facebook ko, just short videos and reels. Yung long videos naman, dun yun sa YouTube. So what, oh, diba? As you can see, iba-iba din yung sagot nyo, right? So a lot are actually answering adventure. But if you say metaphorical too, yeah, I think for me lang, yeah, disclaimer, it's life. So if you read it, life is a dream. Life is a dream. So I think it's very literal lang kapag you stop with adventure. Bakit adventure? Kasi ba nag-row sila ng boat? So in my understanding, it's that's life, 'di ba? Sometimes there are big waves, and sometimes linaw naman yung ating buhay. It's peaceful, and sometimes it's stormy. So yeah, we just keep rowing gently, and we row merrily because life is a dream. Life is short. So yeah, we should not stress out. But anyway, sobrang layo na. But that's why I answered life. Kasi I would say if it's adventure or fun, it's too literal to understand it that way. So it's metaphorical to life. But that's just according to me. Anyway, which type of activity is highlighted in the following examples? Puppets, board games, interviews, and picture dictation. So, ano ito? Is it interactive, generative, communicative, or conversational? Comment your answers. So if we answer kasi conversational, yung board games, it does not fit. Okay? So you're all correct. This is interactive. So puppets, interviews, yes, we can say it's conversational, but hindi naman pasok yung board games because, of course, lalo na pag chess, di ba? The opponents don't really talk to each other. So, yung pinaka-accurate is interactive. Next, let's proceed. Okay, dito naman tayo sa word formation processes. So, what is the word formation process that the words sport, interpol, and brunch? Is it back formation, blending, clipping, or suppletion? Bucket, it's spoon and fork, spork. I think this is international police. Am I correct? Interpol. And brunch, that's breakfast and lunch, brunch. So blending, you blend with each other. Anyway, there are different word formation processes. So first is the loan word. Kapag loan word, guys, that is borrowed, okay? For example, yung patio. I don't know how to read that. I don't use this word either. This is from Spanish pala, and then it's, okay, natanggap na sa English, so borrowed. Tawag natin dyan ay loan word, okay? If you say compounding, these are two words combined to form a new word, okay? So there are three types of it. First is the, bakit naman merong black? Okay, excuse me. I'm a bit hungry. Um, open compounding. So for example, yung first aid. So separate talaga yung first, tsaka separate din yung aid. First aid, diba? You also have the hyphenated compounding, for example, yung salitang never-ending. So merong hyphen sa gitna. And of course, the close compounding, that's fish bowl. Okay? So again, kapag compounding, yung dalawang salita, they are combined together, forming a new word. Okay, next. Oh boy, see, I lost my PPT again. Why? Okay, next, blending. I think you all know what blending is. So if you say blending, you mix two words together, diba? So yung sa question, smoke plus fog, it's smog. Okay. If you say clipping naman, shortening the words. So yung gasoline, that's gas. Okay. Ano naman yung refrigerators? What does the Filipino say? Ref. Actually, yung clipped word ng refrigerator, that's fridge. Okay. In your Filipino accent. Okay, buksan yung ref. I was so I was laughing kasi I was having a face-to-face yun face-to-face lecture. And then I asked them all, okay, ano yung clipped word ng refrigerator? And all together, they were all, ma'am, ref, fridge po yun. Okay, thank you very much. Now, if you say back formation, so this is a word that is reduced to another part of speech. So for example, yung salitang option, that's to opt. Okay, so yung option as a noun, naging to opt as a verb, right? It's the same as ano yun? Ano ba? Conversation. So that's as a noun, and then you will say to converse as a verb. Okay, so yung back formation, siguro you will confuse it with this one, conversion. Yung kaibahan ng back formation tsaka nung conversion is that yung conversion, it does not change its spelling. It does not change its form, okay? So yung conversion, yes, na-change pa rin yung word into a different function, but the word is still the same, okay? Just yung function niya lang. So for example, yung salitang empty. So empty is an adjective, right? Like ano ba? Okay, the glass is empty. But now you can also say empty the glass. Okay. You can now empty the glass as a verb. So empty pa rin naman, same spelling, but naiba lang yung use niya. So that is conversion. Okay? Same yung unang example ko dati, yung bottle. So yung bottle as a noun, right? Oh, what a nice bottle. And then you will change it into a verb. Ah, that wine is bottled in Hong Kong. So same spelling pa rin, okay? Compared sa back formation na talagang nababago yung spelling niya, okay? And of course, yung coin, oh my gosh, I don't know how to read this. I'm sorry. Coinage. Is that correct? So coinage is a new word created like Google or aspirin. So a new word created. Next, I think there are more tricky. So for example, or the next one is, ano naman yung eponym. So of course, if you say eponym, that is derived from a person's name, derived from a person's name. So for example, oh my gosh, where is my where am I? Okay, so yung Parkinson. So this is a condition named after James Parkinson. Okay, and so many others. So derived from names of people or places, eponym yung tawag dyan, okay? And of course, yung abbreviation naman or a representation. So that is, okay. Um, example, yung NASA. Well, what does NASA mean? Let me look. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, National Aeronautics and Space. Yan pala yung NASA. Okay. So NASA, this is an acronym. Okay. So acronym. And then yung FYI, so tawag natin dyan ay initials. Okay, initialism. So kasi yung difference ng acronym tsaka initialism, yung acronym, you read it like that, yung NASA, pag-asa. Kapag initialism naman, you read it letter by letter, right? FYI, hindi mo naman sabihin, yung balita na ng PAG, ang haba naman ng pag-asa. So again, kapag you read the abbreviation, that is acronym. Kapag you read it letter by letter, katulad ng FYI, so that is initialism, okay? You also have, that sergeant, that one. That's contraction. And of course, you have the shortening. So yung prof from professor. So that's all of them falls under abbreviation. Wow, si Ma'am Generous. Scuba. Self-contained underwater breathing. Oh, wow. Yeah, I remember that. Paano yung pag-asa? I always tried my best to memorize that. Philippine Astronomical Geographical. I don't know. Okay. Just tell me in the comments, okay? But anyway, that's an example of abbreviation. Now, let's say Fahrenheit. What word process is this? Wala nang options. Comment, comment, comment. Ano ba yung Fahrenheit? Is it blending, clipping, coinage? Ano pa yung iba? Coinage talaga. I think it's coinage. Let me check the correct pronunciation, okay? Baka mapahiya tayo nito. But I'm always that way. Yung pronunciation tsaka spelling yung problema ko po. Please don't judge. Okay, this is correct. It's an eponym. Mhm. So, this is from Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit, a German Dutch Polish physicist, engineer, and glassblower. So, he invented the mercury in glass thermometer. So, pinangalan sa kanya yung Fahrenheit. That's an eponym. Correct. Next, real estate. Real estate. What is this? Comment your answers. Hindi pa kayo nagugutom. I'm really hungry na. All right. So for my next lecture, it's structure of English. Magagaling naman kayo sa grammar, di ba? So okay na yan. That will be February 7. I only conduct my lecture on a Wednesday kasi yun lang talaga yung oras na pwede akong, I have, I can do it. Other days, it's really challenging. Okay, that is wow, correct. Compounding. The two words combined to make another meaning. Next, final. So dito, it's used in two ways. The decision is final as an adjective, and you are watching the NBA finals as a noun. So ano yung final dito? Okay. Hala, uy, you are also intelligent. Okay, papasa na yan. Oh, what if mag-top notcher kayo, no? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. That's one thing to be excited about. I'm sure one of the top notcher is now looking at this live. Congratulations. Is that you? Okay, that's conversion. Ano yung kaibahan kapag back formation, nababago yung word, okay? Hinahati. While yung conversion, na iba lang yung function niya, but it's still the same word. Next, tsunami. Tsunami, what is this? What is this? Okay. So is it still Magbilang anghel ka sana, ma'am. Actually, that's yeah. That should be the spirit. Dati, if they tell me like, of course, you will pass it, you will top it, kahit hindi naman nagkatotoo yung top, but at least pumasa pa rin. So, always say, magdilang anghel ka sana. Don't downplay your efforts, okay? Yung iba, as Filipinos kasi, we're so used na ayaw nating i-praise tayo. So, kapag sasabihan ka, oy, ang ganda mo, you'll be like, ay, hindi. So, sometimes people will say, naku, you're working so hard, baka talagang papasa ka niyan. And you'll be like, "Ay hindi naman, minsan lang ako nag-aaral." Don't downplay it, okay? If someone says that to you, manifest. Ay naku, magdilang anghel ka sana. There. Okay, so correct answer is yes, that's right. It's borrowing or loan word. This is a Japanese word. So nagamit na rin in English. Next, yung roach from cockroach. So roach na lang. What is it called? So check your answers in five, four, three, two, and one. Okay, very good. Clipping. That's clipping. Correct, correct. Nagmamadali ka, ma'am. Eh, okay naman. Hindi naman masyado. That's clipping. Okay, so that's it. Now let's have this one, another board exam question. This is my last question for the night. At umabot tayo ng sobrang 1 hour and a half. I am so sorry. So this refers to the linguistic skills needed every day. Social face-to-face interactions. The language used in these social interactions is context embedded. So, linguistic skills needed every day. Is it BICS, CALP, home language, or additional language? In five, four, three, two. Okay, so this may not be very familiar to everyone. Now, let me define. Actually, correct answer natin is, of course, letter A. Ano ba yung BICS? That is basic. Just remember, kapag BICS, yung letter B, it stands for basic, okay? Basic interpersonal communication skills, the ability to communicate in a language in informal and social settings. So for example, if you go out with your friends or kapag nag-shopping ka and or nag-grocery ka and then you talk to the cashier, of course, that's okay, under yan sa BICS, okay? So the context and nonverbal cues play significant role in understanding and conveying meaning, okay? So basic, just your ability to communicate informally. Tapos, yung counterpart niya naman is the cognitive academic language proficiency or yung CALP. So this is the higher level language skills. So required for academic and cognitive tasks such as reading and problem solving. I think also sa research. So of course, when you're in a meeting or in a conference, for example, yung mga PhD, so pang ibang level talaga yung language na ginagamit nila. So that is higher level language skills. So alangan naman sabihin mo yung Latin name ng kapag bumibili ka sa ano. Ano ba yung Latin name ng isda? Tapos pumunta ka dun sa market, anyan yung gawin mo. Of course, it's not, okay? Kapag informal, that's basic BICS, okay? Kapag higher level language skills, that's CALT. Okay, there. But anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am very hungry and I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Happy Wednesday. I will upload this on my YouTube channel, okay? Thank you so much, guys. LPRs, let's manifest. I am so excited for you, and you should be excited for yourself too. Okay? Thank you. Bye.